ChunkyKong can do
So,
against one of the scariest owners in the game.
Talk to me. How do you feel about Young Link DK? What happens when Young Link touches DK? What happens?
See how they're not near each other? You win. Like, what is DK really going to do? Is he going to, like, space back air? Ooh. Like, it's so – look at that. Like, he could really win the boxing game if he chooses to box with him, but he also doesn't even have to do that. This is a rough matchup for DK.
So this is fascinating. A file is inside of the percent threshold of dash attack to, like, clank and send ChunkyKong into rebound. Skittles might be able to actually, like, do fire arrow, bait the dash attack, and, like, punish it. That's definitely a possibility. But, like, ChunkyKong needs that opening, and it's difficult.
Remember when I said, what are you going to do, space back air? This is no shade to ChunkyKong. Like, ChunkyKong, obviously one of the best DKs in the business, but this is a really hard matchup.
The Z drop to get the coverage off stage, double jumps back on, and then has enough time to go back off stage. That was excellent movement, excellent positioning, and non-committal all at the same time. Optimal stuff from Skittles.
Oh, Skittles is playing on fire right now, too. He's doing a really good job of not only putting on a bunch of pressure and definitely got all his combo strings down, but he's not overextending either. Like, sometimes he'll do, like, a falling bear and then just kind of run away. You see how, like, he just has his shield up because he's waiting for something? But all he does is, like, bait him into putting his shield out, then leaving, and then punishing when he drops his shield. This is really hard.
Look at how much coverage Bomb has, because even if that comes all the way down, it might be in time to cover the ledge. It might cover the neutral get up. His combo game is on point. His option coverage is looking delicious. And quite literally, ChunkyKong is getting character diffed.
Yeah, this is definitely somebody being character diffed. And now if he's able to physically get a grab on Skittles, we can see a lot happening. You know, we can maybe see something that sets up for cargo throw off stage. Young Link's recovery isn't, like, incredible. Skittles is really smart with how he does it, but, you know, it's definitely something you can exploit. But he has not landed a single grab, and we are at the third stock right now.
A grappler without grabs is like an angel without wings.
Yes,
just a dude.
Just a dude walking around, sad, back kind of hurts a little bit. Just a bad spot to be in.
Okay, tries to back off past the neutral leg, doesn't
he
actually
doesn't
get
have
it.
a jump?
ChunkyKong does find the back alley, though, so you know what? He is in it mentally, right? He's trying to even this up, but that's such a huge deficit.
Oh, what was that?
That was game 2 DI.
Ooh.
That was like, okay, this game's over. We're going on to the next one. He teleported.
Okay, in my professional opinion, everybody makes mistakes, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe he thought he would drift out of forward air 2, and that was the plan, but everybody makes mistakes.
I mean,
but that was not the best DI on that.
Consider this. Let's say he died it correctly. What's going to happen? Going back onto stage against Young Link. Oh, no. Z-drop bomb. Oh, no. Back and forward. Young Link has a plethora of options to be able to go out there. So, you know what? Game number 2, ChunkyKong, way more aggressive. Does not give Young Link even, like, the time of day to get anything going.
Yeah, this is – I mean, I know this is a character with mostly bad matchups, but, boy, this got to be, like, top 5. This is a lot. That aside, though, if ChunkyKong is able to – all right, the dash attack is at least closing the gap, and that's not bad.
It's closing the gap, but the reality is that Fire Arrow is keeping Skittles consistently safe.
Yeah, and you were talking about it earlier, like Fire Arrow, like clanking with dash attack. He is in so much more stun. Once Young Link lets that arrow fly, it's just gone, you know? So it gives him a pretty big punishment.
You're taking away DK's like biggest and most important burst option. Okay, tech chase on platform, good weight, dash in, dash out. Oh, somebody jumped. I'm going to hit you with that back here. Down B to cover the goal in. Safe on shield, spot dodges as well. ChunkyKong's option coverage is fantastic, but can you make it back onto the stage? Does, waits, doesn't get the back here, misspaces it.
Yeah, he's definitely figuring out like a core part of Skittles' game plan. Because like Skittles does want to, like I was saying earlier, he's making you shield and then just like seeing what you do about it. But now ChunkyKong is getting pretty consistent punishes with just down B because he keeps like running around him, trying to cross him up. So he's definitely like very aware of what Skittles wants. But it's just so hard to even get to that position in neutral when you're being zoned this hard. But an up B on the ground, armoring through those Young Link projectiles is a fantastic way to take that first stock for ChunkyKong.
Yeah, absolutely no boomerangs allowed. Just able to spin to win, gets that kill, and now the question is how's ChunkyKong going to be able to land? Eats a fire arrow. Good catch on the mesh. Excellent punish from Skittles.
I think he's been hit by every move Young Link has at this point. I'm not gonna lie. Like this is just
the
really
whole kit.
It's just a big body and like a really like a character with like insane frame data and insane projectiles.
Except the milk drink.
Except the milk drink.
Will we see it? Not yet.
There it is. Wow, yeah. Boomerang, and that's the thing, too. Like, there's not really a great – I'm not going to lie. I feel bad for ChunkyKong because, like, you see him getting a little frustrated in the player cam.
Yeah.
And understandably so because, like, it's so hard for Young Link to miss these confirms in general, but especially on a character on DK. It feels like every errant straight hit is just so disastrous. Even right now.
Early dodge, big body, you know, heavyweight as well. Like, this is combo food personified, right? So, right now, Skittles just is playing back, looking for this next fight area, looking for a way to be able to jump on in, and ChunkyKong has to, like, work so much for just one interaction. There it is.
Then, all right, only getting a single hit at the second back air, so, you know, ChunkyKong not going to go fully for a ride. He's got the punch charged up, Giant Punch. I don't know if it'll really help that much, but it could at least throw off Skittles' momentum if he tries to, like, armor through some projectiles.
He's making it work as much as possible. Again, excellent use of down B.
Oh, great attempt.
Has it, but just a couple of pixels too far back. Doesn't get the punch. And now all of a sudden, look what's happening. You're stuck in a corner. You're down a whole stock. Skittles just demolishing ChunkyKong.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that, like, wears on you mentally, too. Because, like, he worked so hard to put himself in a position to even win a trade with Giant Punch, and then it just didn't end up working out for him.
Yeah, good mix up on, like, the upbeat timing and spacing.
Hello?
Is that it?
Ma'am? Okay. Grabbing him from, like, halfway across the stage because ChunkyKong was trying to space an aerial. That's it. Up B. Should kill at 152. Yeah. You can see ChunkyKong had already, like, reached out the fist for the GGs before it even killed. That is a matchup.
Tough.
And that's the thing. Like, when you're a character specialist and you're a character loyalist with a character that, like, isn't one of, like, the top tiers, like, you can go far, you can do great, and ChunkyKong has all these great results.
Yeah.
There are some matchups that are just truly just incredibly difficult, and that just was one of them.